I'm going to say this with nothing but love and respect. If you want to quit the Zaw or the vape, weaning yourself off may feel like the easy way out. You're actually making it harder for yourself, and you're slowing down the process of growth. You know how when you're entering a pool or the ocean, it's easier to just jump in rather than to walk slowly into the cold water? That's what weaning yourself off is. It's walking in slowly. And I know some people, like, that legitimately is their preference. They'd rather deal with the symptoms of withdrawal slower. I think that that gives you too much opportunity to grow attached to the substance in a new way. I think that gives you too much opportunity to turn around and just go back. And I don't think that it teaches you the lesson that is to be learned in quitting. Quitting is not meant to be easy. If you are quitting something that is addictive in nature, it is not meant to be easy. I don't say that to put anyone down. I don't say that to minimize the experience you're having in attempting to quit. And I understand why people want to choose what seems to be the easier approach in making their life better. But that's not how things work. In my experience with quitting anything, weaning myself off never worked. Never. I would just think, okay, I've been tapering off the Zaw for 21 days. I've been giving myself essentially like an infant tolerance break, like a really low level tolerance break, because I was doing the Zaw all day and now I'm only doing it once at night every other day. I have enough of a break from it that it feels almost brand new again, so I'm just going to go back and keep doing what I was once doing. Same thing with the vape. Every single time I was like, oh, I'm just going to switch to a no-nic vape, I would go get the no-nic vape. Think to myself, okay, this feels like what it normally feels like, except I don't even get the fun part. All I get is the oral fixation, and I'm still damaging my lungs. So why not just get the real deal? Quitting vaping, the only thing that really worked for me ever, mind you, I was addicted for 7 years, was just putting it down and deciding one day, this is embarrassing, I gotta stop. I will also say, not that anyone is asking me, if you start perceiving something as embarrassing, it helps a ton. I don't really look to embarrassment for motivation often, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Not shame, embarrassment. Sometimes when I talk about addiction in my comments, people will be like, oh, if you want to stop doing this, just slowly stop. No, take the plunge. If you really want to stop, you'll take the plunge. And I say that again as someone who has experience with this. I don't say this to shame anyone for whatever has worked for them. I don't say this to judge you for whatever you think might work for you. I'm telling you, I've done the trial and error many times, and I know what worked. I know what worked in my loved ones too. This isn't just my individual experience either. Also, like, being someone who's experienced drug counseling, my therapist would tell you the same thing. She's not going to be like, oh, just wean yourself off, queen. What? No. You got to put it down. If that's what you want to do, you got to put it down. It's that simple. But I'm also not someone who is, I'm not an abstinence-based addiction advocate, you could say. Like, if you want to have the Zaw on the weekends and that's what works for you, bro, that's what works for you. And there's beauty in that. But it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of strength to get there. And I think that to get there, to get to that point, you have to actually know what it's like to walk away entirely. So yeah, that's my piece of advice for today that no one asked for.